Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another flight. My name is Christian Samuels, and I hope you guys are enjoying your afternoon. Today, some of you guys probably saw earlier, I did do a tutorial flight for the CRJ 700, 900 series for Aerosoft. This is the first look. This is also going to be a review, test some of the systems and stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am doing this video in real time, which means I am in the simulator, and I'm actually doing stuff while I'm talking. So if I don't know what to say at some point, please forgive me. So let's go ahead and jump into the sim. Let me go ahead and change this so you guys can get the full screen and full widescreen aspect as we're doing this. So today, instead of what I did earlier, which was like a little troll thing, just put out, see how many people would just show up. I didn't think anybody would show up. So instead of doing that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to be doing the tutorial flight like the documentation tutorial flight that Aerosoft has. Just so I can get to know the aircraft and you guys can get to know the aircraft. This will be a tutorial for anybody know how to get stuff, etc. And yeah, I was looking at that, but I'll come back to that later. So as you can see right now, we're just going to do this tutorial flight, and so let's go ahead and read this thing. So this is going to be a flight preparation. It's very important. Performing a flight, it's recommended invest some time for preparation, especially if you aim for an immersive flight experience in your simulator. So this tutorial flight that Aerosoft has picked out for us will take us from Los Angeles, California to Monterey, California. It's not that bad of a flight. It's a little short, actually, if you ask me. It's a little short flight. They're just going to say American Eagle flight number, blah, blah, blah. We're not doing that. We're not doing any of that stuff. We're expected departure 5 right, of course. We didn't do any of that stuff either. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, so there goes our route right there. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and I wonder if I need to start this flight in. Let me scroll down and see if I need to start this flight. Nah. How about this? Just so we don't mess up anything. Here, we're just gonna go ahead and come down here to the Dave, what they call it. This is their not FMC. This is like their tablet. We're gonna go to Dave. We're not gonna go to options. We're gonna go to aircraft state. There it goes. I'm going to go ahead and click ready for engine start. I'm going to let it do its thing. Click it again. There you go. It'll configure itself. So now we'll be ready for engine start, which means all the systems and stuff are turned on. And we'll just stay in this state unless in this tutorial flight they tell you, hey, do this, and that. We'll go ahead and turn off those caution switches. First things first, just want to go ahead and look in here, look at the interior. Very nice aircraft done by Hans. Very beautiful aircraft. They have a heads-up display. Beautiful. I didn't even think that was even going to be a part of it, but still beautiful. And I'm not on VATSIM or anything, as you can see. I'm just going to look at this tutorial flight. So we're going to go ahead and come down here. We'll go to the status. So it gives you your current database system. This is what comes with the aircraft. I did not buy anything. It gives you the date and the universal time code. So we are at Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray. Excuse me. We're going to go ahead and take the FMC position or FMS position. So this flight will take us from Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray to Kilo Mike. It's Kilo Mike. Yep, Kilo Mike Romeo Yankee. take us to. So this is where the flight route does come in handy. So we're going to hit execute first, and while we do that, we're going to go to depart. We will be departing off of the 7 RZS transition. RZS transition. Wait, 25 right. I messed myself up there. 25 right. We're going off of the 7 RZS. Let's just go ahead and cancel that because I don't think it got it in right. So we'll just click the 27 RZS to runway 25 right transition. We will go ahead and execute that. And we also will go ahead and master caution. Okay, whatever that means. It doesn't like something about that route, which I don't know what it does not like. So I'm just going to ignore it for now. It's all good. And now we're going to go ahead and load in the route. This is pretty easy. To load in the route, you go back to flight plan. So now you have that in. You just hit the next page, bit 7, Bitsu, the first part. So we're going to direct to RZS. Just say that RZS. So it's going direct. After that, we're going Juliet 88, which is an airway. So Juliet 88 to direct to SNS afterwards. SNS afterwards. Then you're going direct Shoei. So it's SHOEY. If you want to confirm, Shoei. Direct Shoei. Then after that, it will just be direct into Montreal, or not Montreal, but Monterey. So then after you hit that, you're going to hit execute. Now what that does is, we'll go ahead and zoom out. What I did was I just added waypoints. So after that, it will tell us the route. There's the route right there. Beautiful. Now since we already done all of this stuff, it's the load manager. I'm not gonna worry about that for this flight. We will go over it though. Let's see. If you're flying the close maximum load today, please put full load. But we aim for passenger load approximately. Manager. Forward cargo. CRJ manager BSE 0 fuel weight. You may use the CRJ manager to set the payload as the CRJ manager distributes randomly. Center gravities, trim settings. Okay, so yeah, this will also tell you this trim settings. So this will be used as like your just like the Aerosoft A320, the fuel planner. That will come in handy. That will come in handy pretty soon. So introducing Dave. They do have a use of ground friction tweak. I remember somebody asked about that on the forums. Pretty cool. A little tweak. Loading panel state. He gives you the loaded panel state. Now here's the prior to start. So there are no explicit checklists for this ride. Please be aware part of the checklist are standard operation procedures or SOPs. Describe how it's supposed to be conducted. Is there these products if possible? To view it here. So circuit breakers, this is where it's going to start. So first you start off with circuit breakers on the back side of the cockpit. Okay. As a pull circuit breaker will deactivate the response system by disconnecting the power supply. Circuit breaker panels are to be checked for pull circuit breakers. As the circuit breakers are not simulated, you may skip this item. Or you might assign CVs, blah blah. Alright. So you want to make sure that all your circuit breakers are closed. That's the first thing. It's not simulated, but that's like they just said, it's not simulated. But it's always good to check in the real world to just make sure that all your circuit breakers are in. So on the pilot side panel, you want to make sure you have the NW string switch on the off position. So that'll be over here. Make sure this is in the off position. Step 1. 2 modes armed and off. The actuators of the nose wheel steering is deactivated. When deactivated, actuators nose wheel steering cannot be controlled. Now, I think that would come in handy to like look at the nose wheel. I think that would come in handy. Yeah, see, like I'm moving the tail stuff, right? But I believe if I turn it back to the arm position, I can move it around. See? But yes, that does come in handy. And just before anything, I'm going to make sure that I did enable. Yep, I did enable it. And I don't have a prepared, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright, so step 2. Make sure all your hydraulic pumps are on, or actually make sure they're all off. So I'm going to come up here. Is off, off. Make sure all of them are off. All of them are in the off position. You're doing this, make sure all they're off. There's just sudden movements of the control surfaces. Make sure they don't hit stuff. And if you guys want to, you can go back and read all this stuff for yourself. Right now I'm just scrolling through it. It is a tutorial flight. I read pretty fast, so I mean I'm just going to go ahead and look at it, and it's all good. Now I want to make sure the landing gear lever is down. So the landing gear lever is down. Flight spoilers are 0. That's instead. Slats flap selector is to set actual flaps. So we're gonna go ahead and come here. Look at the. Oh, they actually don't have that. So make sure that's on 0, which it is. That's flaps, slats, radar, center pedestal. Make sure radar is turned off. Which will be number 7. So I'm gonna come here. Radar is turned off, which it is. Number 8, the ADG manual release stowed. So number 8, we'll make sure it comes release, deploy, stowed. Want to make sure the emergency flap switch is on normal. So go down here. Emergency flap switch on normal, not deploy, on normal. Alright, that's number 9. Number 10, the battery switch. You want to make sure that is in the on position. So come over here. Battery switch is in the on position. So, to prevent a bleed, misconfig, caution, as during the APU start, ensure that the wing and cowl anti-ice switches are turned to the off prior to the APU start. So, the step 2, making sure you can start the APU. You want to make sure you do the power switch, which would be A. So you want to. I'm going to go ahead and just do this. That's a lot easier on me. Let's just go back up here and make sure. So it is up under the bleeds. It has been marked APU. Alright. So A and B. Start stop switch is a B. If I just turn the fuel switch to on. C, you want to make sure that the DC is off and the APU generator is on reset. You see that? It's reset and off. Off. Reset. D, the bleed source is as required. So D would be right here. And they should be on to the APU. Just do that. Yep, there you go. Long time no see, Rio. Long time no see. This is just this tutorial flight. We're following the Aerosoft tutorial flight one by one. E, the bleed valves was set to auto. We'll make sure this bleed valve is set to auto. 11, the APU and AC electrics, should be number 11. which would be, I'll see number 11. That was 12. Oh, we can read it. Number 11. On the overhead panel, check the APU is running. APU generator, CC. Alright, so we want to make sure the APU is running. We want to assume the APU is running, even though these are off. Yeah, let's see. Oh, it's wrong thing. Yeah, it's this one. My apologies. I guess the APU is not running. As you can see, the HC electrical source set to auto. That might change it. It might. So I think, try that. Yep, there you go. So I'll turn it back on. Let's hope that did start the APU, because start. So we just hit that start. Hopefully that worked it. That worked it out. So we want to align the IRSs. Make sure to switch to navigation. Here they are switched to navigation, so IRSs are aligned. 13, the emergency equipment's checked, not simulated, so we're not gonna worry about those. Hydraulics, you want to still make sure. Hydraulic 3 pump. Make sure they're all switched in the off position. FMS, I already completed FMS. Or at least I completed the. Actually, I didn't do anything because I turned the APU off, didn't I? Yes, I did. So, come back up to overhead now. Tell you what, we'll just do what we did earlier. State, I go to aircraft state, and we would do start once again. Click it twice, and there they go. They're loading back up. Just so that we make sure the APU is started. So yeah, DC. All right, yeah. Source of the air. So the APU is on. Alright, cool. Then I want to see if. Nope, it took it off. That is pretty cool though that they did simulate that. They did take that out. So it's if you do turn off the APU, then well, like, oh well. Because once you turn off the APU, it's gonna get rid of your flight plan. Simulate that. Let's go ahead and come back up here to the route. Apologies, we'll go ahead and load this in pretty fast. So execute that. 25, right? Do 7 RCS. Execute. Flight plan here. We're going direct to J88. This. Next would be direct Shui. And again, that'll be the FMS initiation that it said. Alright, cool. Cabin inspection, emergency lights. Just gonna make that arm actually. So arm 1. So on. And then once you switch these to on. Okay. The internal and external pre-flight checks. Not simulated, not simulated. Cool. Crew and oxygen mask. Only for the first flight of the day. We're going to pretend it's first flight of the day. But it's not simulated, so I don't have to worry about that. Audio warning panel. So it's on the co-pilot side. So I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and switch over to the first officer. Panel. It's over here. They are not clickable. Well, yeah, though they are safeguarded because you can't click them. It's pretty funny. But yeah, those are fine. Electrical power panel. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the overhead panel. Actually, we might need to switch back over to our side. It's a lot of switching though. It is a lot. Alright. Come back up here. So off, on. Make sure these guys are good. They are good. Generator reset. But we're not going to worry about that because I'm going to assume that that is all for starting up the airplane in cold and dark. And I don't want to turn the aircraft back off. Because if I do turn the aircraft back off, then that's bad on my side because I have to re-put everything back in. I'm learning this with you guys. So these are all your lights. You don't want to have on local light during the day. You want to have on the nav lights when you're sitting at the gate. Sit at the gate, turn on the nav lights. What's that? Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know what that was. It looks like it's a light. Alright, pretty cool. Alright, fuel panel. So make sure all these switch to off. Well, filter on. Look at that. Normal, auto, open. ISO valve to open. I'll switch them off, so we could switch these back to. Oh, we can't because they won't let us switch them back. But we're just gonna keep them on for now, I guess. Look at that. 10. Make sure that's correct, which is correct. Start panel. Make sure those are off. Hydraulic panels. So now we're going to go ahead and turn all these to the on position. And also we're going to come down here, make sure, switch over to hydraulic panel, which would be this panel. That's hydraulics. Make sure your hydraulics are good. Kyle, I think it's like the A320. I don't think it has programmable failures unless you do that in like the normal FSX menu, I believe. I can't really tell you on that. Right now we're just going through the tutorial flight. It's telling us all the systems. So that should always be on. Make sure that's all good. 14, the cabin press. This time we can switch over to this panel. Cabin pressure panel, we want to make sure that that is in the hold position. So hold, Charlie Delta, and right, and then that side's up to you. Air conditioning. Air conditioning is all how it should be. Anti-ice, you don't need the anti-ice on unless You never need the anti-ice on unless it's under 10 while you're just sitting at the gate. Okay. Most of the stuff I already know, so that's just the tests. Like, it's okay, cool. Other than that, we already done pretty much all this other stuff. It's just telling us where all the positions are. 26 and 27. Anti-skid test. 27 is my bad, only on the first flight of the day. So we're going to switch back over to the virtual cockpit. So that will give it to me. And you do want that on. Alright. And that's just the upper pedestal. It's telling you all the good stuff. It's telling you where all your switches and good stuff is. TCAST. I believe somebody asked me about this earlier. The TCAST, avionics tuning panels. So here's where the TCAST would be. 30A. So, let's see. Maybe if I go ahead and do. It might be. Not flight control panel. I think it actually has like a viewer. It's like right on it, I believe. Nope, it doesn't, so we'll just do this. So this is where your TCAS would be. You would hit, I believe it, I didn't. Well, here is your squawk. And after your squawk, you would just change it like that. Change it to whatever they need you to change it to. Okay. Then you would. Here you go, TCAS. So traffic on, mode, test. Usually a GPWS will call out TCAS test.
TCAS system test okay.
There you go. TCAS system test okay. There goes that test system. So you can switch back to that. On and above. Normal, below, you can change them to below. TA only, here you go. This is where you change it. TA only. TARA, tilt above, normal. Which one? Normal switch. Traffic on or off, or it's wherever you want it. You have it above, you have it below. Set it below it first. And test is okay. 30C, it would be the backup mode switch selector switch. Which, let me see where that is. It's right up under this stuff. So this is where it would be. It's just your transponder mode. It says backup system up. Yep, standby. Turn it on and off. Okay. So yeah, this is just like the. Again, this is just showing us all the systems. Show us where everything is. The IRS's, the display fan switch, right by the RRS's fan switch. So these will be their avionics, normal, ground, alternate, flight alternates, standbys, all that good stuff. Stabilizer trim, mock trim. Show you all this stuff. Passenger announcement. Oh, we got a PA switch. Oh, look at that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I have to wait just for a second. Yeah, that's pretty cool. They have a call switch. They have an emergency switch. You can turn them on all at once. I'm not sure this would be engaged at all during flight. Maybe if you turn on this passenger announcements, maybe it will say it. Actually, to be honest with you, maybe it will tell you once it gets over to that section. Oh my goodness, yo, it's a little bit loud downstairs. Just give me a minute. Alright, I apologize once again. Now this is all just show you all the FMS stuff I already showed you. I'll tell you all the passenger stuff, and yeah, pretty much I think that's all the systems. It's pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't really talk about the PA system at all. So, like I said, I wouldn't think that the PA system would be something that you would actually have to use during a flight, unless you could use it for editing, where you could like hit the PA switch and edit yourself, be like in a captain's voice or something. Something pretty cool. It tells you all your heading, tuned to the VOR. Your heading switches, your takeoff data. And all that good stuff. So we are actually we're not going to be taking off in this flight. Now, I just want to show you guys most of the systems actually. Like here's some of the systems, cargo flex or fire extinguishers. My apologies. I'm not going to hit that because I don't know what it does. You can disconnect the yaw damper, then just pick which yaw damper you want to engage with. Yeah, you got your cylinder gear manual release, parking brake. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. This is just like the tutorial of showing all the systems and stuff. I really don't think that this would be on YouTube until now, at least. I don't really think that anybody else would be able to put this on YouTube, because it's pretty much just showing you tutorial stuff where all the systems are. If you guys wanted to, you can go back and you can pause and read over the stuff, study the manuals and stuff. And also, that would come in handy when you go to your checklist. See, now you have your circuit breakers, your NW steering right here. I'm going to turn that back to off. It has to be in the off position. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's where it tells you everything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial, just showing where all the system stuff are. I hope I can get a flight out here in a couple of days, maybe. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. Best of luck, best of flying. Remember to follow those checklists for this aircraft because it is extremely complex. This is it as complex as the PMBG? Probably not. As the Leonardo Mad Dog? Probably not, but it is pretty high up there, especially with all the switches and stuff and floor lights and all that good stuff. So, anyways, you guys have a good evening. I hope you guys do invest in flying this one day, the Aerosoft CRJ. Beautiful plane. All I've done in it so far was just get on the runway and push these throttles all the way forward, and that's it. Everything else I haven't done anything with. So hopefully I can get you guys a flight out here in a couple of days once I'm on the systems. And you guys have a